Alright, your cell phone. Everybody has one, everybody needs one. Also, the internet. It was created over 30 years ago, and over the last 10 years, it's impermeated our lives through our cell phone, and it's made us more productive and let us communicate a lot faster. However, with these things that come, and these things are good, but it can also have some drawbacks. Things like internet and cell phone addiction is something that's happened a lot more in recent years. And through my research, I want to talk about how cell phone and internet addiction, how it starts, how it affects us, and how we can fight against it. 95% of adults in America own a cell phone, and they can become addictive. However, scientists, a lot of people think that phones can be addictive, but scientists like to disagree. Based on Vineyard's research on the impact of impulsiveness on mobile phone addiction in 2017, mobile or cell phone addiction appears to be a recent common disorder that merits inclusion in new classificatory systems. Internet and cell phone addiction are not specifically listed in the DSM-5, but it's up for discussion. The DSM-5, or the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, is a book that doctors and scientists use to classify mental disorders. Some things that are on it are attention deficit disorders, eating disorders, mood disorders, personality disorders, intellectual disorders, and many more. Now, cell phone and internet addiction are not specifically on this list, but many of the side effects that come with those are very similar to gambling and drug addiction, which are on the DSM-5. So now, how exactly does one get addicted to your phone? When you're on social media and you're scrolling through Facebook, Twitter, whatever it is, there are a lot of things that are unknown. You don't know what you'll find, how amusing you'll find what you're finding, and how long it will be in between when you find amusing things. As Dr. David Greenfield said in a lecture at UConn, the internet is the world's largest slot machine. This is because the slot machine and social media work as a variable ratio reinforcement schedule. And this is what gets people addicted, the unknowing of how amusing and how often you'll find something. Internet addiction can happen to anybody, but some people are predisposed to it. If you have anxiety, depression, or if you're antisocial, you'll be more likely to get internet or cell phone addiction. According to Cholis in 2010, in her article titled Mobile Phone Addiction, she states that uncontrolled, inappropriate, or excessive use of a mobile phone can give rise to social, behavioral, and affective problems. People that are addicted to phones don't necessarily have the same symptoms, however. Some people might feel guilty that they're on their phone so much. They might feel euphoric pleasure when they're on their computers, or they might feel agitated or isolated. And it's not all mental. There's also physical problems that comes with these addictions. Sitting on your chair all day, you can get back problems, you get headaches, and you'll have trouble sleeping. In 2018, Vernon writes in Mobile Phones in the Bedroom that phones can harm sleep schedules through melatonin suppression due to exposure to bright light from screens. Now, I bet this has happened to a lot of you. It's late at night, you want to go to sleep, and then you go into bed, and you pull out your phone, and you start scrolling through social media, you text a friend, watch a couple YouTube videos, and crap, it's 2 hours later, and it's way too late. In 2015, Emmanuel wrote in The Truth About Smartphone Addiction that any activity, such as compulsive gambling, shopping, or playing computer games, can be troubling when it interferes with life's regular activities. When you're neglecting something as important as sleep for something as trivial as scrolling through social media, you become less productive, more irritable, and a worse person overall. Now, many of you might be thinking, oh my gosh, that's me. I might have mobile phone addiction. Well, there's hope. It's easy to get off of it, and Dr. David Greenfield has created 4 tips to stop phone addiction. So the first tip is to put a time limit while you're on your phone. When you're scrolling through social media, it's very easy to lose a track of time. People get separated from reality and what's on their phone. What he tells people to do is put a timer on your phone. So after 10, 15, 20 minutes, however long it is, it will snap you back in reality, and it will pretty much be saying, hey, you should probably get back to work. Number 2 is keep your charger away from your bed. When you're in your bed, it's very easy to roll over, pick up your phone, and start scrolling through social media. If your phone's across the room, or even in a different room while you sleep, you'll get a better night's rest. You'll be less distracted. Number 3 is similar. You want to not use your phone 1 hour before bedtime. Dr. Greenfield urges people to not use phones 1 hour before bedtime because there's a transition between daytime and nighttime that lets you have a better rest. And finally, set the number of times to check your phone during the day. People who are addicted to their phones will be constantly checking their phone every day, like every 30 seconds. It's bad. What he urges people to do and challenges people is to see how little they can check their phone in a day. Overall, cell phone addiction can happen to anybody, and the side effects that come with it can sneak up on people. It's important to stay informed about what cell phone addiction is and if it affects you. Most importantly, you need to make sure that you can control your phone before it controls you.